let's look at some of the causes. For those who live in the same city that I do, Lagos, you live in a city, it's easy to get stressed up. Stress is one of the major causes of depression, or even a stressful lifestyle, or being exposed to stressful events. Things like the loss of a loved one. We discussed rejection and how this could, rejection in a relationship, and how this could lead to depression. Another thing is low self-esteem. When we look at ourselves and we tell ourselves, when I look at my brother, he's better than I am. When I look at my sister, she's better than I am. What is the good that is in my life? And we keep on undermining the giftings, undermining the way that God has created us. One of the Bible passages we have used on this platform is that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God took time, God took care. He paid attention to how he made, or how he made each one of us. Like a master craftsman, he poured so much love into making us. And he made us different one from the other. And unless you and I, we are able to tell ourselves, this is me, there's goodness in me, there's something about me that is good. You know, one of the jokes I crack is this, that when you see a clock or a wristwatch, that you tell yourself it's dead. Do we all remember and notice that if we don't remove the old clock hanging on the wall that we say is no longer useful or relevant, the clock of the watches that work twice in a day, all the times in the world, depending on the zone or the hemisphere that that clock is, they will meet that clock, and that clock will be correct for just that instant, either AM or PM. So twice a day, the clock that we have all said is wrong, there will be twice a day that that clock will still be correct. So even when you look at your brother or your sister and you tell yourself they have so many giftings, the one that you have makes you special. And you need to look at that and to tell yourself that there's something about me. I am special. It's your time to shine. Remember that song? It's your time to shine. Another thing that causes depression is loneliness. Sometimes due to work, due to schooling, due to seasons of life, we are cut away from family. For example, when children go into the boarding house and parents feel like their home is empty, there could be feelings of loneliness. Even when we were younger, we all made noise in our parents' homes. Now the nest is empty. Our parents are feeling lonely. And when you dash in to say, Mom, I just want to see you for 1 hour, they look for reasons to keep you around them for maybe 2 or 3 hours. That is to fight the loneliness that they are going through. Another cause of loneliness is ill health. When the doctor gives a particular prognosis, there's an ailment, and it's not something like a brief headache, a brief stomach upset, something that will take months, sometimes years, before the final verdict of you are okay comes. And each time the individual has to go through either hospital visits or continually taking the medications, depression sets in. How long will I go on with this? How long will I need to source for money to ensure that I am kept healthy or I'm kept well? As we said, bereavement, the loss of a loved one, a close friend, a family friend, a partner, grief also leads to depression. There are some life stages like menopause in women. Before even the birth of our children, some women get into depression. Then postnatal depression is also something that happens in some women. There are times we look at things around us and we tell ourselves, I don't think tomorrow will be better than today. Pessimism. Just as I said, when depression sets in, we look at life, and the only way we see life is from the dim light of depression. The triggers could be any of these things that I've already mentioned. It could be something like a sound. It could be a memory. It could be a location that is bringing memories of times and beautiful things that used to happen. For those who get into the use of substances, when this happens, the individual believes, when I take this, it's going to bring happiness. But the truth is, it just gives a few minutes or a few hours of euphoria. And then when the person comes back to Mother Earth or comes back to reality, the feeling is even worse than that.